Hi guys, Gil at Camppatton Family Compound here in Idaho. It's back to school days, not for your kids, for you. You're going to learn how to do a few things here. So stick around and check it out. Hi guys, so here's what's going to happen here. I got a bunch of things I got to do, and I figure since I got to do these tasks that a lot of people really need to know about them, I figured I'd teach you how to do them, and that way you'd be able to do it yourself. All right, so what I'm going to work on here is going to be working on the hydrants here. So let me adjust this around a little bit, lower this down, and aim it down here at the hydrants. Okay, so down here, get a little bit better angle here on it. There we go. All right, so these are yard hydrants. These are 4-foot bury yard hydrants. And what it is for is to keep your water, your valves and stuff from freezing out there in the yard. And the valve is not at the top. Up here, this is not the valve. No, this is just a control arm. There's a rod here. Let me pop this over here. It comes up. See this rod? It goes all the way to the bottom. And so down at the bottom, let's get this back in the right position. In here is the valve. Now, the way this works is, get a little better here. It's a stage valve in here. So when it's down, it blocks it off and the water can't go anywhere. Then it comes up, blocking this off, allowing the water to go around and up into the pipe. And then when you turn it back off, it slides back down, blocking off the water and opening up this part here so the water can drain out from the pipe here, the stem pipe. So no water in the pipe, it doesn't freeze, pipe doesn't break. Usually make sure this is buried at least 6 inches below frost line. Frost line around here is about 24 to 30 inches, and I've been burying these at about 40 inches. So we're good on that. So on this one here, move it over here. This is how I was shown how to do it to help protect everything. You don't just come out of here with a 90 like you see in some of the diagrams and stuff. If you Google it, it'll show images of it, put them in and run straight 90. You want to run a short piece down, then a 90, and then over. And then you tie into your line either with another 90 like I'm doing here, or if you have a T here and if your line's going on by. There's two things. One, applies flexibility this way and this way. You never can tell when something's going to get bumped and when the ground's going to settle. So to do that on this here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my handy dandy included cutter here, and I measure out a precise distance. Precise distance, that looks good. Myself some pieces here, the rings. Myself a couple of fittings here. So I'm going to slide one on the end there. Pop this bad boy in here. Put a ring on the other end here. That on there. I want that, it's going to come in this way here, so I want the hydrant there. So I want it to go like that. Yep, 90 degree there. Usually I try to orient the 90 down here to the control head up there, so it's at the angle I want it to go. So when I put it in the ground, this will then line up with the pipe, and then the head will be aiming where I want it to be aiming. It's not good to have the aiming back at the building. So one, two, turn this around the other way, just a little bit more, that extra tap in, and crimp that one. Come on, stay over there, and give it a second crimp. There we go. Okay, now I need to put another piece on here. I'm going to go a little bit longer than I'd have on the other one there, because it's going to be a little bit different place, application place. This one here, turn it that way. Oops. Okay, so slide one all the way down on there, and then the other one on here. And I want that to be aiming away from the building. So that means this one here is going to go aiming this way. Alright. Hey, here are the grandkids. And there they go, running to the car. I guess Granddad's not exciting as riding in the car today. That around here. All right. Now, in one of my previous videos, I mentioned about the gauge, making sure it's done right. You got 3/8, half, quarter, and 1 inch. So 3/4. So basically, I slide it on here, and okay, it works right. Okay, so basically, so I can do it. You see these lines here? If it doesn't go in far enough to the line, it's not crimped enough. If it goes too far, it's, you know, you've got it too tight, and that's perfect, right on. That way, always double check both two directions. It's just Murphy's Law. Okay. Okay, there we go. Alright. I'm going to hit that one again just for laughs and giggles. And there, now we're good. I did this one yesterday. Yeah, this one's good from yesterday. So, so that's how you prep a yard hydrant for installation. Now we're going to take one of these over and install it over by the Connex, and that way we'll be ready to go. Some other stuff here. I'll gather up my tools, one of the hydrants. We'll go over there. We will cut the line, but before I cut the line, I got to go downstairs, turn off that valve for the provides water to it, and then we will install that. I got some other stuff over there to help on the install, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with a few more things on installing a yard hydrant. All right, catch you in a few minutes. All right, guys. So we're out here at the corner of the cargo container where we put in the electrical line. The water line still needs to be tied in here. I put in this post here. It's basically a 2 3/8 inch, fence post that you usually use where you got a gate on it. And I used a couple of brackets that come with it to secure a 2x6 to it. And so it's centered here. What I'm going to do is I picked up a 70 amp breaker box, 2-lug, that we're going to use for this. It will, I'll knock the knockout out and I'll put it on here and we'll mount it on top here. I went ahead and I was at Home Depot. I was thinking about it. I know in one of the previous videos I said I was going to run 12 gauge out here, and later if I thought about it, I want to be able to run some 220 out here. So I went ahead and got some 10 gauge 3-strand with ground. So I'll go ahead and run the 220 out here to the breaker. I'm not going to hook any receptacles up to it. The breaker though is I got one of these nice ones. I like these ones to have multiple things on them. So I got two 15 amps breakers on the side here, and then the 30 amp in the middle. My welder requires 30 amp breaker on it, so I'll be able to use the welder out here and still be able to have a 15 amp receptacle here and another 15 amp for a receptacle or for whatever I need to do. We're planning on getting another cargo container, so what I'll probably do is run the one cargo container off the one 15 amp and the other one off the other 15 amp, and they'll just have a simple plug there, receptacle plug inside, and it'll have the lights. I got LED lights strung up inside this thing. Got 3 of the 4-foot work lights. You can get either at Sam's or Costco. So that's what I have right now. So let's get this knocked out. Now these come in with you have multiple punch outs here. You also have a top cap if you're coming down from a power pole. But these have multiple sizes here. You have 1/2 inch or 3/4, 1/2 inch or 3/4, 1/2 inch, 3/4, 1 inch, 1 1/4. Same thing on the side. 1/2, 3/4, 1, 1 1/4. Same on that side. So you also have in the back too. So if you want to drill a hole through the back of the board and run out like 2 1/2 inches and the other 4 as well. So I'm going to knock out take the 1 inch here. I'm going to get it knocked out and then we'll put it on there. One of the things I like to do when knocking these out, I got a nice point punch here. I'm going to put that on the edge there where I need to knock it out, and that way it takes it out without taking out the larger one. I just work out just on the one spot I want to work on here. Okay, and then work around up here. Okay, so what I did, sure if you can see it's good enough here. Yeah, looks like it. So I punched it here, I punched it here, and I punched it here. So it's being held in place right here, and then right here. But then this bottom one is held in place right here. So I'm going to get my lineman's pliers, which is behind the camera, and then I will pry these out. So hang on a second here. All right, so. Basically, I'm just wiggling it back and forth a little bit, bending it a little bit more, and I'm wiggling it up. Okay, there goes one. Okay, now the other side here just popped loose. So I popped that one loose. Now I'm going to take the whole thing and just twist it. Bingo, there you go. Okay. I know you can't hear that on the camera, but I just heard a big, huge swarm of some sort of insect. And it's moving off. Must have been a swarm of bees moving around. But it sounded big, it sounded ugly, and I wanted no part of it. Okay, so that's going to sit up on there. A couple screws out here. My handy dandy Craftsman cordless driver. One. Two. The next one's going to be the tough one because it's at the top here. Get this box out of the way here a little bit. There we go. Perfect. Now, yeah, I could leave it like this, but that's not exactly kosher. Because this little fitting at the top here had threads on it. So, got a retaining nut, lock nut here. So I got to, there it goes. Sometimes these lock nuts can be a pain in the butt to go on because they're so thin. And they like to cross thread. Okay. Now, the way these things operate, you got to tap them in place. I'll show you that with the other one here in a second. I'm going to get it down here. So I'll bring your camera around here in a second. Okay, so come here. So what I did was, it's got these little tabs here on around it. I put the screwdriver against it and I just tapped it back to tighten it down. Change your angle here, get back where you were. Somewhat. Okay, so now that's on there. Now I'm not ready to run the wiring through, but so I don't lose this, I'm just going to go ahead and set it in here and pop it in place. Now I'll go over how it locks in when I actually do the wiring. That way you'll know how to wire it, how to lock them in place. Now they come with a face shield that goes over it inside. Has only one knockout removed already automatically because you got to use at least one. So let me pop out the other one here. Pops out easy. That slides up into place. Put these back in behind it here because I'll get to those later. I'll need that stuff later. Okay, there we go. And that's locked shut. Later on today, if I get a chance to get to it, I have a GFCI breaker, a receptacle breaker, a weather box, which I will mount on the side right here, and the weather cover guard for it. Okay, so but that's for later. So I'm going to set that back here out of the way so I don't lose those for later today. Some of these other things here out of the way. All right, put this stuff over here so I don't lose it. All righty. So now I don't need this anymore. Don't need the glue because we're doing PEX pipe. And I need All right, so now we're going to work on the pipe here. So, found a piece of old pipe here that the guy had been using for as part of the fencing around here, and the only thing neat about it is that he had welded to it some washers on it so he could loop wires around through it and they wouldn't slide down, which is kind of good because that's kind of what we want to do when we install that pipe. So let me take these off here. Should have cleaned this up beforehand. Sorry about that. All right, get that one off. Sometimes you recycle and use what you can use. There we go. That one was just, yeah, we'll get in there and just cut that. Okay. So, now, I need to put this over here to the side a little bit. Right about there. That bucket will go down around it. Okay. What am I missing? This is what I'm missing. My friend. Well, just ran into a problem here. These little washers he's welded onto it made it stick out enough where I can't get the this on here. So what we're gonna have to do, I have to go over and get my little persuader, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back. Had to get my Chevrolet carburetor adjustment tool. Yeah, I am not a Chevy fan. But don't let the fact that I'm not a Chevy fan dissuade you about anything or get you mad, because I realize some of you are not Ford fans, or Dodge fans, or Willis Jeep fans, or International fans. That is some hard soil. Okay, that should hold it from moving around anywhere. Okay, thank you. That's my daughter. She just came back from the store. All right, so now let's see where we got to cut this pipe, the PEX pipe off at. This is going to go right here. And that means I need to cut that pipe, eyeball this down here. Get it right there. Got it. tools over here. Okay, I just realized I forgot one thing. Let me run and get it. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it. Had to go get my tie wire. Back when I was a kid, we wouldn't get a spool of tie wire like this. We just saved the bale wire from the hay and use it. Pieces out here. There we go. That's ready to cut. This is ready to cut. Okay, so I'm going to cut this here. Water drip out. Okay, I need this over there. Here we go. You get my rings here. I'm trying to do this so I don't have to go down into the ditch again. So if you're watching yesterday's video on it, going down in the ditch was not fun. So let me readjust this a little bit here so I get a better view of what I'm going to try to do here. Okay. Alright, so I got that ready. Goes off this side. This ready. So this is going to go like this. Put that there. Put this over here. Go ahead and put this on. Grab the tool a little bit closer here. This ready. And stick this over here now. Place it up there. There we go. Slide that up here like that. There we go. Yay! There we go. Perfect. Now, all right, where'd I set it? Probably something here. Yep, under the board. Here, and let me show you what I got going on the other side here. So, the glare can't tell if you can see this. Looks like it's never right. These are the washers that were welded on here. So I ran the wire through it, so the wire won't slide up and down this post here. I'm going to pick this up a little bit and then tighten it down to get that those fittings off the ground a little bit. So, there we go. fix this, it's getting in my way. There we go. Ugh. Okay, and we're still held up off the ground a couple inches. Good. The next one is going to be the actual heavy lifter one, so I'm going to turn it around. Turn the wire over on itself, bend it over, make it double. There we go. This one, I'm going to do like a figure 8 through here. No, up there, bring that up. Come on. One's coming through, where's the other one? There it is. So what I did was, I ran it through the washer, then I ran it around the pipe back through the between the pipe and the washer the other way. So basically you got like an 8 with the pipes in the holes of the 8. So when I tighten this down, it's really going to get tight on there. And being doubled wired, these extra pieces here. I ain't going to go anywhere now. All right, so this is installed. This is ready to go. Let me go turn the water on and we'll see how the water works here. Okay, so water's on. There are no leaks down there. Now I bet some of you are saying, hey, you forgot to put the bucket over it with a rock. No, I didn't. I wanted to make sure there were no leaks first. So now this bucket here goes on. And turn it just a little bit. Okay, now this is going to create a problem down there where I need to cut this out a little bit more here. Why? Perfect. Don't believe me? Perfect. Whew, that's done. So now we're done here at this section here. I'm going to turn you off again for a couple minutes. I'm going to move all the tools over by where I'm going to set up the electrical for the RV trailer where I put the dump station in before. So back in a minute.